So with the time I have, I think we can start Spirit of Justice, because I'm into it now. I want to see how this turns out, because Dual Destinies, while I have a lot of fun and a lot of the cases are fun, wacky, and the Phantom was really good, I felt like it wasn't as good as the previous games. Nice. Second playthrough of the entire game. Okay, so you know what happens, there's not really spoilers. But I do really like that special episode, and there's one special episode here too. Okay. I'm hoping to see the return of some more familiar faces, but that they don't overshadow some of the new ones that they've set up as well. Obviously, Bobby Fulbright's going to be out of there, so there's no main detective in the series now. So you might see Gumshoe return, or they'll introduce a new detective. And then I feel like, especially with the Shipshape Aquarium stuff and whatnot, Phoenix just knows everyone he can in the town. Like, no one exists that doesn't know Phoenix. Alright. Let's do it. New game for Spirit of Justice. Okay, title card immediately. I'm assuming they're going to do anime cutscenes again. Well, yep.
On the western edge of the Far East. Lies a peaceful country of spirit mediums and mystery. The Kingdom of Kurain.
Okay, the kingdom now.
But now, the flames of revolution are threatening to consume it whole. But things like revolt and revolution were the furthest things from my mind when I first arrived in this land.
He's actually traveling! Oh, I was hoping to see this like he traveled to Europe. And we didn't see it, that's just in between. The foreign turnabout. Oh, good. Here in Kurain, death is not the end. Even after death, the soul lives on in the Twilight Realm, and priestesses can commune with the spirits of the dead. Fear not death, in the name of the Holy Mother. Fear only the impurities of your soul. Okay, so the kid just punched Phoenix's lights out. Okay, maybe not. I do really love the Von Karma case. It was actually really good. This blight on my soul. I'll have the child take the blame. It's Jesus! Oh no! Oh no! Kingdom of Kurain. Okay. So immediately, they're introducing some Kingdom of Kurain now, where before we only had the Kurain village that Maya went back to, which was in the country of Japanifornia, because in the original it's Japan, in the localization it's California or whatever. So Japanifornia has Kurain village, and now we have a whole Kingdom of Kurain in the east. Okay. Phew, I'm finally here. So this is the Kingdom of Kurain, huh? There's lots of Magatama iconography around. Hey, a classic evil flag for sure. What a long trip. I wonder how many hours I was in the air. Okay, yeah, I'm imagining that they're going to explain some things about the lore as the game goes on. Because they need to, basically. And I would hope they do. But just look at this place. Also, possibly in that... Yeah, we'll see what they do, because where priestesses can commune with the spirits of the dead, makes sense that the local legends and stuff are nearby, but we know from it happening in court that that spirit channeling can be in other places. Hey, he's got his camera. Get a load of this stream, it really feels like I'm in another world here. Look, bro. There's Chinatown in Japanifornia, surely. Looks very similar, probably. Actually, it looks very similar to that, the QB estate stuff. This looks like the Monstrous Turnabout village, and Phoenix would have seen that. It's supposed to be the pool. And this is Kurain. It's none of those places. And the gorgeous temple, I read that's the center of the town. Well, it's a big ass mountain, so they have the town all around the mountain. Makes sense. I like how they can be dynamic with the 3D backgrounds too. Wow, an ox right in the middle of the street. I have to get a picture of that. Don't be Japanese, Phoenix! Stop needing to take a photo of every single thing. Stop. Or Asian in general. They tend to take photos a lot, and I was like, why are you... I guess. Yeah. Excuse me, sir. I wonder what kind of bird that is. I've never seen anything like it. That's quite a crest it has on its head. Excuse me, sir. What? Oh, yes. Pardon me, but are you Mr. Right? No, I like taking photos, but it seems like some photo taking is overly excessive. This guy's probably been sent to collect him because they knew that he'd be officiating a water in a different country. He says, oh, yes. Yes, that's right. But I'm also the type of person that if someone asks me to take a photo of them, I take 1 or 2 photos. I don't keep mashing that photo button to have 100 photos there. No, Mr. Wrong. Oops, maybe he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute, are you? That's right. I'll be your guide at your service. I'll be your guide. Oh man. I'll be your guide. That is so on the nose. I'm a monk in training at Temple. You say that is the most on the nose pun, but what about Temple? My goodness. And I'll be your guide around town. Oh no. I don't even have to think about these puns. Why? I'm laughing because it's so ridiculous. It's very nice to meet you. Happy Rocky. Those are not as obvious. I mean, Mizugawa, Mizu's water. I don't remember what Gawa means. Oh, Terra G. G's just o'clock, isn't it? See, this has been localized so that they're pretty obvious. I know in Japanese they'd have different names, which I don't know. Huh. Happy what now? They're having so much fun with this. Happy Raki! That's how we greet people here in Kurain. It's like, hello, or how do you do? It's a pretty handy expression to know. Okay, but the second one actually wants a response whenever people ask it. If they don't want to know how you're actually doing, don't ask it. Happy Rocky to you too. Yeah. Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Happy Rocky. Ah, be happy and rocky, indeed. My name is Phoenix Wright, and I run a small law office. Well, that's what I do back home anyway. Yes, I do. I will stop and actually respond to it. Because if you don't want to know, don't ask the question. If they're clearly not interested, then they just walk on. But it also throws people off slightly if I actually answer. Because they're not thinking about what they're saying. Right now, I'm just a traveller, a stranger in a strange land. Wait, I thought that was part of the top... Wait. I thought that was part of the hat. Oh, exactly. Because if I actually want to get to know people, I'll ask them back how they are going and actually start a conversation rather than you just see someone randomly walking and they say, how's it going? And then they don't really want to know. And actually opens dialogue rather than just being a passing hello. So it's like, well, if you don't want to engage in an actual conversation, just say hello. Welcome to our country. Welcome to our country. Do I do this? No, I know that. That's why I say if you... I guess in a way it's a reminder to think about what you're saying. Don't just say an automated response or an automated greeting. I'll make people think. I don't care if they ignore me afterwards or whatever. Sometimes I just go, yeah, I'm good. How are you? Welcome to Kingdom of Kurain, land of spirit mediums and mystery. This is for you. To celebrate your arrival. So speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump exactly? Oh, I adapt enough to people. It's fine. I was talking with a mate last night, and he's going, he had some icebreaker questions, and then he went, we're going from talking about do you use pens or pencils back to Star Wars Expanded Universe. I'm like, yep. Well, that's what I do sometimes. I will still allow me to explain. This is a famous Koreanese sweet bun. It's called a magataman or soul bun. Your soul is mine. I talked about a few different things. He knows I rant a bit sometimes. We talked about some other things too. But like, yeah, he's one that will only look at the TV shows, movies, and not really read any of the books and stuff, so that makes it tricky in some things. It's shaped like a magatama. It's so yummy it'll send your soul right to the Twilight Realm. So these buns will kill you. That doesn't exactly make me eager to try. Yeah, exactly. The thanks. I think I'll indulge later. Worth it. Man, they're really laying on the Magatama look, aren't they? That will be 20 Dharmas. Thank you for your patronage. Damn it. The currency is called Damas. Damas. Tasted like heaven. Well, the Twilight Realm is the one they were saying about in the intro, where they will communicate with spirits. Yeah, even after death, the soul lives on in the Twilight Realm, and priestesses can commune with the spirits of the dead. Yes, also I think of Genshin Impact with the Twilight Realm. Or, who knows what lurks in the shadows of the Twilight Zone. Just show my already, yeah. I don't even know who that is. I have to pay? I always have plenty of those on hand, so just let me know if you ever want any more. No wonder his bag looks so heavy. It's stuffed with all the tools of his trade. Oops, I almost forgot to tell you something really important. It's about Miss Meyer. Yeah, finally! Yes, Miss Meyer, let's go! She can't come see you for a few days yet. Oh, come on, don't do me like that. Yeah, when I called her from the airport, she said she was still training up in the mountains. Oh, it's a character from Zelda Twilight Princess, which I have no idea who that, because I've never played it. Right. Dang nabbit, you're teasing us about Maya. I told her I'd wait for her here. Either way, I was glad to hear she's in good spirits. For a few days. Maya Faye. She's a spirit medium who used to work as my assistant. 3D model Maya! Damn it, they're waiting for the reveal. They overexpose her on purpose. I came all the way out here to celebrate the end of her aesthetic training with her. Aesthetic. Let me check that. Characterized by severe self-discipline and abstention from all forms of indulgence, typically for religious reasons. Okay. Vinegar training, that's it. She's on pure vinegar. And this is my first time in this country, so I'll be counting on you, okay? You got it, sir. Please don't hesitate if you need anything at all. Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands. Wait, she already told him about the kid? Oh, shucks, she said that? That sure was nice of her. Ah, he's got a tooth missing. He's got the Luffy smile. I had a chance to show Miss Maya around a little bit too. If there's one person Maya was worried about, it's me. Because we both know trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. That girl worries too much. But you sure came early to the party, Mr. Right, sir? Yeah, that's what I always thought. I always thought her training was back in the Korean village, not in a different country. And they did have letters and everything in Dual Destinies. I don't know. Because she's supposed to be the leader of the village now as well, after all of the stuff with her aunt trying to take control. Bikini got fired! Oh no, not Bikini. I mean, Miss Maya won't be done with the training for another 2 weeks. Oh, come on. I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her too. Oh, well, you know. Haha, I thought I'd get in a little sightseeing first. Oh, sightseeing? Well, I'm your man for that. And they're really doing more with the 3D models. I do like that. I'll show you all the best sights this country has to offer. Thanks, that would be great. I guess takes his job very seriously. Well, what are you waiting for? These sights aren't going to see themselves. Yikes, you don't have to shove. First up, Temple. Right there in the center of town. There's something there I really want to show you. Okay, Temple it is, I guess. Quarter to 5 in the Arvo on the 23rd of April. Alright. Wow, it's even more impressive up close. Allow me to explain. They virtually did that. She said, I'll be your guide, and I will be your guide. They virtually said that. Already. Where is it? Oh, it doesn't go back far enough. Oh. This is the heart of our town. Temple. Those puns are gonna get old. The first time is kind of funny. The name of the kid, okay. But Temple, come on. It was created by the founder of Koreanism, the Holy Mother herself. I'm training right here at this temple to be a monk someday. I read that the people of this country are all adherents of Koreanism. So it's a religion now, not just some sect, like small sect. Oh no, they were, they had a name for her. Don't they? Oh, apparently not. I thought that they already had a name for her from before, but that might have just been them talking about Maya and Mia's mother as the holy mother of the village at the time that I'm thinking of. According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which ancestral spirits are venerated. Okay. The Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could commune with our ancestors' souls. And spirit mediums become queen to this day, direct descendants of the Holy Mother. Hey, if Maya became the Holy Mother of the Korean village, then all the Pearly would have to do, or Maya's aunt, I forget her name off the top of my head now, would just be to move here. Then they'll be queen. Oh no. If they knew all this, why did they say it in the Korean village? If she wanted to have power, she could have just come here and become queen. A spirit medium rules the entire country. Talk about power and influence. The main thing you'll want to see when you come to Temple is the Dance of Devotion rite. The Dance of Devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. This dance, along with the Song of Ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. So basically she's bored, she wants entertainment. Got it. The Dance of Devotion... Oh, whoa. Hold it, slow down. Yeah, let me read that. The dance of devotion has the power to summon forth souls from the Twilight Realm. In Koreanism, we believe the soul is carried by the sacred Koreanese butterfly. Its wings form a loop that wraps around the soul to transport it. Oh, hold it, slow down. I can't remember all of that at once. Oh, I'm sorry, I guess I got a little overexcited. Anyway, the main thing I got from all that is that you really, really love your country. Well, that's sure true. I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does. That we've seen so far, we've literally known him for what, an hour at most? Let's see, I guess I just explained about half of what I usually explain. So I'll give you a special discount and only charge you 10 damas for the tour fee. Thank you for your patronage. Is this actually... Oh, I guess it's based on the Chinese Dharma, which I haven't really looked at that. There's also the United Arab Emirates Dirham. The Chinese Dharma is without the H. But apparently Chinese Dharma is also named for middle-aged women. Literally Chinese Big Mother. Okay. I was wondering what they took inspiration from. As he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship too. Come to think of it, Miss Maya told me she could tell I love my country too. We stood here for about an hour while I told her all about the Holy Mother. Really? An hour? I hope that counted as patience training. And she seemed really interested too. She listened to my whole speech. Huh, that doesn't sound like the Maya I know. Miss Maya is so kind and nice. She treats me really well, like a little brother. She's kind like a big sister to me. She kinda like a big sister to me. This is Maya Fey you're talking about, right? Maybe she's grown up since I last saw her. Alright. Oh no! What's the matter? Is it that time already? We have to hurry into the temple right away. But first, let me give you this lyrics card for the song of ceremony I told you about. There's an English translation of the lyrics here too, so give it a read, okay? Let's go. But why the big rush? If we don't hurry, we'll miss the beginning of Her Benevolence's Dance of Devotion. Her Benevolence. Okay, let's see it. Anime cutscene, yep. Oh, I've got a young one. She was in clips that was showing on the page for the game. They really... Yeah, what happens if they've got multiple descendants of the Holy Mother? Like, come on. What?
I'll be your guide. You're under arrest for treason.
They literally just say, I'll be your guide! Treason! It's treason then. Bruh, they needed so many... Guys, they need so many officers for that kid. 10 past 10, alright. Yeah, or if they're a bit unsure, like at least 2 or 3 guys, but not like all of them. High Court of Kurain. Accused lobby. Let me in. Why won't you let me in? Because you're a foreigner. What business could you have with this court? I told you my friend is on trial in there. He always do the thing and scare the pants off of I'll be your guide. And the police raided the temple in the middle of the dance performance yesterday and arrested Albie on suspicion of treason. I was worried about Albie, so I just had to come see his trial. Phoenix, do you even know how court works in this country? Yeah, the grandmother's accused. I thought they might come in and arrest the dancer, but no, it was I'll be your guide, apparently. A trial isn't a tourist attraction, so clear off. If you want to see a picture for your scrapbook, take one of me, then get out of here. Look, you've got it all wrong. Also, what? I guess I can't do it with the 3D model, but the stock of the gun is not going into the crook of his arm. And his trigger discipline sucks. If he's not ready to fire it, why is his finger inside the guard? Yeah, exactly. Lock on. Bro. Who trains these people? What, so he can just shoot Phoenix right then and there? I thought the finger would be extended past the guard, not inside the guard here. Because if you look at it more in depth. Enhance. I guess it is going over the edge if you zoom in a lot. He's just got fat fingers that are short. Alright. I'll take that then. Just great. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do. Tell him I'm current! Wait, no, we need to... We'll save it. Tell him I'm Kuronese. Actually, I used to be Kuronese. What? I lived here when I was little. Oh, really? What town are you from? Oh, well, there was a tiny village called Phoenix here. There's no such place. Did you really expect to get away with a barefaced lie like that? Show him the Megatama. No, right, busted. I don't have a court record to present to him yet. Well, I guess that means there's only one thing left to say. Yes, I'm a foreigner, but I'm not your average foreigner. What? I'm actually a lawyer, back at home anyway. What? A lawyer? I can't. That's not possible. Why? Because I just lied to you? Straight up? What's he so shocked about? Well, whatever. Now's my chance. Nothing wrong with a lawyer entering court, is there? Wait, get back here, you. Yeah, entering the courtroom, right? Wait, get back here. Whoa! 3D cutscene! So this is a Kuronese courtroom. Oh my god, it's another pain, brother! Wait, isn't that her benevolence? What's she doing here in court? How have the pains infected this courtroom too? The divination seance has been performed. And Judge Gatto's beard Platted. I will now hand down my verdict against the accused. What? A verdict already? But the trial only just started. Guilty? There's got to be some kind of mistake. Please take another look. Seances performed by Princess Rafa are infallible. They show only the truth. Rafa who, I guess? Is she a Rafa sunlight? They reuse the models from the normal dressed people. What right do you have to question her abilities? But I didn't. He's in all gold as well. Isn't it ironic that you, a devout adherent of Curianism, would dare doubt her insight? This is gonna be the peak pain, the brother with all the money. Non-believers will only be met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know. But I didn't do it. Your benevolence allowed me to explain, I beg of you. He left a country to get away from Phoenix. Who walks in? Phoenix. Be silent, impudent whelp. There is no merit to be had in indulging the ramblings born of a criminal's unclean soul. But, what in the world is going on here? The judge made his ruling based on something called a divination seance. I like the idea that this shows what would have become of courtrooms if they had a different outcome to the DL6 incident where they trusted spirit channeling. What is Albie's attorney doing? Yeah, hey hamster, I've just started Spirit of Justice. Wait a minute. Where is Albie's attorney? Why is this happening? I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, I really enjoyed the whale case. That was fun. Foolish child. Doubting the divination seance is tantamount to doubting the Holy Mother herself. Marlin breakdown. I loved how dynamic it was. Yeah, Von Karma was in the elevator, exactly. Oh yeah, duh, his name is Marlon Rhyme, so of course he'd have a Marlon with him. Why did I only just make that connection? Oh dear. I played the whole thing and didn't make that connection. Because you spelled it the way the fish is, not the way his name is. Yeah. Probably, it's a bit weird because he didn't have like a full breakdown, I didn't think. It was a decent breakdown, but it wasn't completely catastrophic crazy like I like some of those, especially because they're fun to voice. But at the same time, it is because the death was accidental as well. Oh, nice. I haven't watched the anime all the way through. I probably should sometime. Yeah. Your Majesty, as royal priestess and in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you. Impose the highest penalty against this unclean soul. The Phantom, yeah, that was one of the best. I really, for the original ones, I think the feeling of breaking Manfred von Karma as well was great. As you command, so it shall be done in your benevolence. May Her Holiness grant us her divine favor. Erdihara Kurain.
Objection!
Yeah. With translation. Some of it are words in context. Ah, yep, here's the objection. Here we go. What? Wait just one moment. Yeah, you're... He did! He ran to another country to escape Phoenix, and now he's like, wait, you're here? Oh, me and my big mouth. Now what? Mr. Wright, what are you doing here, sir? Well, I'm in it now, so I have to do this right. Your Honor, it's too soon to give your verdict. This trial has only been underway for a few minutes. Excuse me? Who on earth are you? Well... an ordinary tourist, Your Honor, just passing through. Oh yeah, Payne is always case 1 prosecutor, and it is perfect. The chain is 3 down now, yeah. They've upgraded the outfits, which is great. They should have done this retroactively on the Dual Destinies game, because the detail on the outfits is a bit better here. I got a half-block nose. Oh. Ah, tourist are you? Happy Rocky. But more importantly, where is this boy's defense attorney? Defense attorney? See, Phoenix understands nothing of how this bloody court system works. Ha 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 ha! Whatever are you talking about? He doesn't need a defense attorney. Wait. What? Of course you wouldn't be aware, being a foreigner and all. But we have no need for defense attorneys here in the Kingdom of Kurain. We leave it all up to her benevolence, the sacred power of spirit communion. Well, this is just the same judge with braids. Her divination seances determine all. What? But surely you see how unfair that is. Yeah, Rin, yeah, it does look a lot like her, doesn't it? What kind of insane court system are they running here? You would dare mock me, you barb-headed buffoon! Hey, she said the word buffoon! If you value your life, you will leave post-haste. Or shall I summon the bailiff? The bailiff is that big scary dude with the big scary gun, isn't he? I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or two as a souvenir of your travels. At the cost of an arm and a leg, no doubt. And now, hold on, Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this. I appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright, but never mind about me. You just go ahead and go see Miss Meyer. But... forget about me, you have to go now. I'm sure you can find another guide. There were lots more places I wanted to show you. They wouldn't be able to know that he can see Cyclops, but very likely they will be able to see Cyclops on people too. That's what I would think. But it looks like I won't get a chance now, I'm sorry. The poor kid, he's going to put on a brave face, but look how terrified he is. He's trying to put on a brave face. What can I do? What should I do? Well... yeah, that Magatamas that came from Maya, so I would imagine that they also have Magatamas that can see Cyclops. Because it's the same sort of sphere of mysticism that they operate in. Defend Albie. Let's do it. I can't just let a verdict be handed down when nobody's standing in Albie's corner. If Albie doesn't have a defense attorney, then I'll do it. I'll defend him. To defend him? You can't be serious. Did you hear that? He is out of his mind. Is he out of his mind? Heaven forbid. To defend me, Mr. Wright, what are you saying? You can't do that. He knows nothing about this country's legal system. I most certainly can, and don't worry, I'm quite used to tackling all sorts of trials. Cycling device, yeah. Besides, can you imagine how furious Maya would be if I let anything happen to you? Mr. Wright. You are but a naive tourist, ignorant of our ways. But if you are smart, you will heed my advice. Do not pursue this matter any further. Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country. Bailiff, throw this man out. Your Majesty, if you please. Yeah! Takes down the Phantom. Next we know of is some random kid that got arrested for treason. That was his guide in a... and he doesn't even have a coat. Yeah. Oh dear. You have something to say, Mr. Payne? Why not allowed, Your Majesty? Why not have him defend the accused? You're just asking for it, Payne. You know that every single time he beats you. It could prove very interesting, right, Mr. Phoenix, right? Right, Mr. Whoever you are. Oh no, the ultimate insult, he doesn't even remember Payne. Well, to be fair, you wouldn't know if it's Gaspin or Winston. Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveler? That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty, and yes, I am acquainted with him. Oh, this is because Edgeworth threw him out. This has to be Gaspin, right? Because Edgeworth threw him out, and then he came to this country so that he could be Chief Prosecutor. He's a defense attorney from my native land. I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before. Heavens to Betsy! Okay. What? Mr. Wright? You're a defense attorney? How did he not know that? Yeah, he wants to get back devastated one last time at least. A defense attorney? Well, this is a shock. You may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. Don't count the 8 years I wasn't practicing though. Yes, there aren't all that many lawyers around here. Your Majesty, would you kindly allow us to proceed in the manner of my old country? Yeah, I only told him to look for someone in a blue suit with spiky hair. Oh boy. Oh, Ancestor in the prequel game, of course, yeah. There was one. Yeah, 5 or 6 years. Mine, as an actual practicing lawyer, there would be a bit more time between Dual Destinies and now. But Mr. Payne, I've already made a ruling in this case. Call it nostalgia if you will, but I'm most eager to give it a try. Yep, nostalgia for being butt devastated by being blasted by Phoenix, alright. But I have a previous engagement, you see, a class together with the missus. Your Majesty, I agree we should have a whack at it. It sounds amusing. A score of years have passed since we last saw a defense attorney in this courtroom. Now, a score was 12, wasn't it? I was thinking of this one time before. Oh no, a group or set of 20 or about 20. 20 years they haven't had a defense attorney. Damn. A score, as in 20 years? Okay, they gave context because I keep forgetting what it is. What's the deal with this country? Waffle with a jewel on a robe? Cannot unsee. I do like the extra detail on the models though. Oh yeah, would be before Rafa was in. We'll see, probably see her age when we get the court record. Mr. Payne, I want that barbed head brought to me on a stick. Okay. As you wish, your malevolence. I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see to it myself. Yeah, she is about Trucy's age, from the look of it. Very well, Mr. Payne. If that is what you and her malevolence wants, I will acquiesce. As for the defense, I hope you are prepared for every eventuality. Probably. Every eventuality? What is he talking about? There, are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Yes, thank you, Mr. Payne, and sorry for not remembering you earlier. Last Chief Prosecutor, or the Incredible Payne, as I'm also known in this country. Whoa, what an incredible pain he is. And you'll soon see soon enough just why that is. When you're forced to capitulate to me before this very court of law. Why is he so strangely confident? And not only that, but what's with the gallery? Just you watch the defense attorney will try and twist the truth. You can bet on it. Get him, Chief Prosecutor! Crush that defense devil! This is way more lawyer hate than even back home. Bold. Incredibly painfully bold, yeah. Now, if you will please give your opening argument once again, Mr. Payne. Certainly, Your Majesty. The accused is charged with 2 crimes, larceny and murder. Ooh, new music. Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from the treasure room of Temple. Neither of those are treason! That is exactly correct. Unless he specifically swore an oath to whoever he murdered that he would not kill them, and then that's kind of treason. In addition to the theft, 2 other things were discovered in the treasure room. The dead body of Mr. Pat Roll, temple security guard, and the empty treasure box that housed the orb, which Mr. Roll was in charge of guarding. You could say it was his role. We believe that Mr. Roll was murdered by the thief who stole the treasure. This is also wholly fictional land, departed from what we already knew in Ace Attorney. What? Well, we know Columbo has inspired Ace Attorney, so hey, they must have been watching the series. He did a tone grown man to kill a card armed with a gun. What a terrifyingly bold act. He's a kid. I couldn't agree more, Your Majesty. Please allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and crime photo. Here we go. Oh, death is around noon. His head shows signs of being hit with a blunt object. Emma's treasure room body was discovered at the base of the stairs at an altar. It's been a long time since we had evidence presented in court as well. It's kind of refreshing, actually. Ha ha ha. We may rely on the power of the seances, but our police still carry out investigations. Thus, any proof I provide is indisputable. Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I don't just take your word for it. I can check the evidence out myself by looking in the court record. Yep. Okay, we've got it. Yep, it's gasping. 56. The kid's 9. I have no idea why there's any of that. And Pat Roll is 32. Yeah, I have no idea why there's all of this done if they haven't been presenting evidence for 20 years. The favor of the orb is bestowed. That's exactly what the seances are, right? Talking to their ghosts. Well, see just how thorough you and your police were, Mr. Payne. Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure of Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes at the very heart of our nation. Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with these heinous deeds. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown. How? I guess because it's a guard that was sworn to the crown and then the holy treasure? Is this treasure really such a valuable object? How can you even ask such a thing? Of course it is. Why, sealed within this treasure is the very soul, the mitama, of the Holy Mother. It's a bloody urn again, isn't it? One thing it's an urn, the next it's an orb. The end broken by Pearly, and no one even knew when she stuck it back together that it didn't have. That was different. Oh dear. Her soul is sealed within the treasure. I think I'll take that with a grain of salt. You don't believe it, do you? Oh, of course I believe it. Something tells me I better play along. This kind of irreverence is exactly why I dislike defense attorneys so much. Your Honor, Your Majesty. What is it now? This treasure. I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Could I see a photo of it or something? Of all the outlandish requests, you defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale. Asking for a photo? He's being awfully angry with me, and are those veins popping out of his forehead? It's forbidden for anyone outside of the royal family to view the treasure itself. They say that anyone without the proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly. We need to present our Megatama and say, look, we have spiritual power. And that is why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright. I guess there are national treasures that are off limits to the public back home too. For the benefit of the shamelessly uninformed defense, let me share this newspaper article. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago when the treasure was unearthed. How do they know it's even got the soul of the Holy Mother in it then? These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence. What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple's treasure room but once a year, for a special New Year's rite that takes place at the palace. I wouldn't be surprised. Also, there was a lot of Megatama themed stuff when we entered the town, and now there's hardly any in this courtroom. Therefore, this treasure box has only ever been seen by a handful of people. I hear there's been a string of thefts lately of historic artifacts from the temple. Right, Your Majesty. Inexcusable thievery of precious national treasures and for personal gain. I wonder. And the culprit is the accused. Darren's probably see them. You've got a very high spiritual power, haven't you? So, he used his position as a monk in training to get his hands on the treasure, is that it? The accused's family is by no means wealthy. To help with the family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his ascetic training. Thank you for giving me an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Payne. No. No more questions from the defense, I presume? What? No, I do have questions. Even more, but you just asked a bunch. This judge. Well, make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes. Ah, so it is based on that because there's a glass orb. Right. What? He's still planning on going to that thing? There's still a lot I don't know about the case. Should I ask now while I should ask now while I have the chance. Let's see, what else do I need to know more about? So motive would be hard to disprove at this point. We have photos of the crime scene. What about the weapon? There's a butterfly. It's a beautiful butterfly. There's all different music right now, which is interesting. I think the weapon. Mr. Payne, was that the murder? What was the murder weapon? The murder weapon was on the treasure box itself. The empty treasure box left at the scene had a large blood stain on it. How utterly reprehensible using a sacred treasure box for murder! The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed the altar stairs and snatched a box ready to abscond with it. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had come to the room in the course of his rounds. After walloping Mr. Roll on the head with the treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside. Okay. But the defendant is just a little boy. I hardly think he will be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head. Very good point, Mr. Wright, but I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. The accused's elevated position would be more than make up for the difference in stature. But wait. The stairs are there, I guess. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Ha 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 ha! Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Your title is obviously well earned. Your title is obviously well earned. I'll just say anyway. While the accuser's guilt is certainly conclusive, unless there is anything else, I am ready to announce my verdict. Very well, in that case, I find the accused. Just one moment, Your Majesty. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict just a little bit? I told you, I have plans to attend to. I'm late. It's already started. How did the time fly by so fast? He's still stuck on that? He wants to get out of there. Talk about dark age of the law. Like, come on. We haven't even heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. Huh? Did I say something funny? Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that? What do you mean? What do I mean? I seem to have some dim recollection of the process, but I can't quite recall. And little wonder, a so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years. Should I even be surprised anymore? Anyway, I demand we let the defendant, or the accused, tell his side of the story. Is that really necessary? Of course it's necessary, Your Majesty. What harm could it do? I say we allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty. No, I doubt he'll have anything of relevance to say. Oh, how kind of you, Your Royal Painness. Hey, is that a reference to Sky High? With the villain Royal Pain? Very well. As long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway. In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand. Oh, but before we do, I better call my wife and apologize for missing that class. Any objections? Go for it, Your Majesty. Oh, of course it will be. As soon as he accepted Phoenix Wright in the court, he was the one that's made it happen. All because of this idea that he probably wants to one-up Phoenix Wright, finally. And now that's just going to be his downfall. Okay, say your name and occupation again, if you would. I'll be your guide. I'm in training to be a monk. And I'm a tour guide, too. Why me? Oh, wait. Cross-examining the defendant, Your Majesty. Right, let's do that then. On the defense attorney's insistence, I might add. He sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have given him a piece of her mind. Well, the defense had better get to it and make it quick if you please. Hello, the defense? Mr. Wright, I didn't know you were a lawyer. Well, I am. I'm here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry, all you have to do is tell the truth and you'll be alright. You tricked me! What? If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour! Why do they hate lawyers? Give me back that Megaton man I gave you yesterday. Albie, what's gotten into you? Don't talk to me, you disgust me! Now even Albie's against me, but why? This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright, being loathed by a client. Paying you it. Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon, during the break between the morning and afternoon dances of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time. Alright. Let him be guilty, this bloody kid. Whoa, this is different. What did that mean? I didn't kill Mr. Roll and I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never even seen that treasure box with the green Chinese butterfly on it. Wait, bruh. How do you know it's green? This is the only public image. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route. Bruh, were you well acquainted with the victim? Yes, he used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other in the temple. Mr. Roll was a monk in training when he was a kid too, you know. I bet Albie looked up to him. But he had to give that up and go work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard, but at least that way he could still stay on at the temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young, so Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well. But even with his job as a security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him. It sounds like his circumstances and Alby's were very similar. Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. He was always cheering me on in my training and in my tour guide business too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that? Yes, I see. You expressed yourself well. Defense, now that you've heard the accused's account, are you finally satisfied? If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion. But, Your Majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet. That wasn't the end of it. It's been so long, I don't rightly recall what this cross-examining thing is all about. A judge who doesn't know what a cross-examination is. What fresh hell is this? They really translated it as what fresh hell is this? Okay. I really do wish I could remember how it works. Should I give the judge a refresher on cross-examination? This is going to be the tutorial, isn't it? I'll say might as well, for the story. I guess I better all never get anywhere. Your Majesty, please allow me to explain the procedure. First, we lawyers listen carefully to a witness's testimony. Then we use present to open the court record to examine the evidence.
And why would you do that?
To find and present any evidence that's inconsistent with the statement it's given.
But present? I certainly don't need any gifts from you.
Clearly, something is getting lost in translation with His Majesty. The point is, it's possible that a statement could contain a lie or a mistake.
But what do you do if you can't find any inconsistencies in a witness's testimony?
In that case, we may press the witness for more information. Pressing a statement might reveal new information or even entirely new statements.
Presenting evidence is one thing, but pressing witnesses? I'll have you know, defense, that I do not allow violence in my courtroom.
But rest assured, only gentle verbal pressure is used, no physical force involved.
Well, I'm not convinced. After all, who knows what sort of tactics an attorney will resort to? One false move and I'll call the bailiff.
Yeesh, something's definitely getting lost in there. But now I should just focus all of my energy on questioning Albie. And knowing his statements with the information in the court record. Kid sus. Oh, okay. The accused's account. Oh, we've got a different look for the penalty bar. They've made little magatamas of them.
Hold it!
I believe you didn't do either of those things, Albie. You do? But you're a lawyer. Of course you'd say that. Now, there's no need for that. But he's right. Lawyers always claim their client is innocent, even if they have to lie. Just like you're doing right now, accused. Don't let me in with that lawyer. I'm not lying. I didn't steal anything and I didn't kill anybody.
Hold it!
You're not allowed to go near the treasure room. Why is that? These clients were literally murderers, I know. It's a rule of the temple. They keep a lot of important things in that room. Technically, though, in all the cases in Ace Attorney we see, prosecutors don't have clients. They just come in and prosecute whoever the accused is. So they don't particularly have clients.
Yes, like the founders orb in particular. I think the royal family men lay eyes on it.
Didn't Mr. Payne say anyone without spiritual power would go blind? I heard you wouldn't be blinded if you just looked at the outer treasure box. But I've never been anywhere near the treasure room. I'm too scared. You've got to believe me. Now he wants me to help him and believe him?
Hold it!
A box with a butterfly on it? Yeah, you can see it in that newspaper article. Look. Yeah, it's in black and white. Yeah, that's what I picked up immediately at the start. I just thought I'd press everything first, get the most dialogue out of him. See, there's a release for the Koreanese butterfly in the treasure box. Oh, this design here carved on the back of the box. I see it now. It's a sacred butterfly said to carry the soul, or mitama, of the departed. Its wings form a loom that cradles the mitama and carries it into the twilight realm. As you can see, there's even one depicted here behind me on the judge's bench. But that one's purple. Well, what do you know? There it is. Although it kind of looks like he's about to be carried off to the Twilight Realm himself. Anyway, I've never seen this treasure box besides. Okay. And these are Nabanos in the hallway planning out my tour.
Hold it!
Planning out your tour route. Yes, I was planning out a tour route for you. For me? Well, thank you, Albie. I wouldn't have done it if I knew you were a lawyer. Wasted all that time on you. Give it back! Sadly, I'm a lawyer, not a Time Lord. Oh ho ho! Are we implying that he knows Time Lords exist in the Ace Attorney universe? And so we can see a Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, and Doctor Who crossover sometime? Actually, as soon as he heard that's what I am, he's been like a totally different person. I certainly don't think Albie committed murder, however. Don't talk to me, you disgust me. That outburst earlier makes me wonder if he'd be willingly tell me the truth. Oh, yeah, I know. I don't want that. I know. I got the article, which does state it's the only public one. So, yeah, green with the article.
Objection!
Oh, Albie, why would you lie to me? So you say you've never laid eyes on the treasure box, is that right? That's right, it's forbidden, so I'd never do that. In that case, how did you know there was a green butterfly on it? Oh my goodness. Turnabout separation. Rose got sent. Who killed Rose Tyler? And then it turns out that she was actually sent to the parallel universe. Cybermen and Dalek witnesses would be so good. So this is Doctor Who. For reference, do you know much about Doctor Who, Hamster? The connection here is he said, sadly I'm a lawyer, not a Time Lord. And the main character in Doctor Who, the Doctor, is a Time Lord, and that's the alien species that travels through time and they have two hearts. So this was a reference to Doctor Who. That's not really a spoiler, it's like in the first episode then. Yeah. They travel through in the TARDIS, which the camouflage circuit was stuck as a phone booth. So it stands for time and relative dimensions in space. But it's basically a time machine that can travel in space and time. And then the main character in Classic Who, there's a lot more of them, but in New Who, there is mainly the Doctor, who is a Time Lord. Oh boy, this is actually brilliant. It could work so well, especially there was a plot in Classic Who which was literally a court case on Gallifrey. Which would have worked perfectly. Turnabout family. Vin Diesel appears. And there's some of the New Who stuff. The Valeyard. Well, what episode was that again? Because the Valeyard is the prosecutor. Wait. Hold on a minute. Doesn't his outfit look a lot like Blackwell's? They changed it a bit, but there's a lot of similarity in the outfit there. But yeah, that storyline had, in Classic Who, the Time Lords were still around on Gallifrey more. Needs more eagles. That's a coincidence, probably. But, yeah. Here we are in the show. In episode 4 of The Mysterious Planet, it is stated that the Valeyard means learned court prosecutor in Gallifreyan. During the course of the trial, the Doctor was accused of conduct unbecoming a Time Lord and transgressing the first law of time. As prosecutor, the Valeyard presented the events of The Mysterious Planet and Mind Warpers extract from the Matrix, the computer network that serves as the repository of all Time Lord knowledge. Which literally, this would work the same as the seances, right? They look into the ancestor's spirit for evidence. The Valeyard used these extracts as evidence of the Doctor's meddling in time and space. Throughout the presentation of the evidence, the Doctor barked at the Valeyard, calling him such names as the Boneyard, the Scrapyard, and the Knacker's Yard. And only the interventions of the Inquisitor, another Time Lord, kept the trial going. And there's this whole court plot that was actually, I love the plot line in Classic Who. That would work perfectly as an Ace Attorney case. I think you actually saw that, like, on when I was watching it. Probably. I was thinking that I would play all of the main ones that are canon, and then the Latent Phoenix crossover is, as far as I understand, a for fun one. So I'll probably play that later after the others. Actually, didn't we find an edit of... Oh, it might be in the history at the time. Phoenix Wright, Doctor Who crossover. Did you add that in? Hang on. No, it's a different one. Let me search the history. Because I'm going on a tangent here. But it's literally would work so well adapted into a Ace Attorney case. I can't find it if we did have it. Anyway. Yeah, I do plan on playing each of them as I go, because after playing the first games and keeping playing them, they're just such good fun. I don't know anything about Professor Layton, but that'd be cool. Anyway, in that case, how did you know there was a green butterfly on it? Huh? But because I saw a picture of it in that newspaper article? Nope. Take another look. These photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what colour the butterfly is from these pictures. What does the text say? The text probably says it's a green butterfly, and they're just ignoring that. Very convenient for Phoenix, since he probably can't read that text. Ah! Hold on, his bag. Did it just move?
Paul Kunka.
What? I beg your pardon? Kunka is a word in Chinese, and that people use when they're surprised. Okay.
You just exposed a lie. So this is the power of cross-examination, is it?
I should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding.
But just a moment. If the accused was lying, then that just makes him more suspicious than ever.
And this just makes things worse for me than ever. Albie, are you hiding something? Please give only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth. Darn, I just can't seem to get him to open up to me. So, accused, you have seen the treasure box with your own eyes after all, haven't you? Well, maybe I did take a peek one time a long time ago when I was cleaning the treasure room. But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right? Of course I wasn't.
Objection!
Hey, an objection from Payne. Well, that is a lie. Yeah, it says, what he's doing here as Curran's chief prosecutor is beyond me. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof. He does. This was found on the floor of the treasure room. It's a scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident. And what exactly is that supposed to prove? The accused's fingerprints were found on the scroll. What? Huh? Where is it? It's not here. Oh no! But where is it? It's not here. I must have dropped it somewhere. And we get some of the classic music back. Indeed, you must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim. No. Then that means Albie was there on the day of the incident?
So this is the power of cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he paints himself.
Yes, and what seems so, your majesty. He predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it. How is any of that supposed to help the accused? See, I told you can't trust lawyers and their lies. Hey, but everyone's already said the kid's guilty. Just declare him guilty and get it over with. No, everything's going all wrong. Shadow, what do I do? Shadow the hedgehog bro just comes in.
As I suspected, this cross-examination session has served no purpose whatsoever.
No, you're wrong.
But armed as we are with her benevolence insight, there is no reason to doubt his guilt.
And I guess I'll just have to poke holes in this inside of hers.
By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Penn. Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict.
Wait just one moment, your majesty. I haven't seen this divination seance for myself yet. As a defense, I have the right to check it.
Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife.
I guess you really did give him the business. Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the seance.
You do? And why is that, Mr. Payne?
Don't you want to see it? See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance? And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy?
Well, now.
And sure to make up for not getting to go to that class with your wife.
So, does sound worth seeing, and it'll be a juicy tidbit to tell the missus.
Ha 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 ha. I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit.
Well, for an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have this divination seance performed again. But then, right after the tearful begging, I really do have to be going.
I think tearful begging is going to come from the prosecution when we're through. Yeah, he knows. How pitiful the defense looks, still scrambling desperately for a foothold. Blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that await him. Alrighty then, let's go. First seance. There she is, her benevolence.
Your benevolence. Rafa Padma Kurain. Thank you for coming all this way once again.
Padme? Wait, is she really... Is that name there because she's literally just padding in time in the court case? Your gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. Bob-headed attorney. Yes. I am told you question the veracity of the sacred divination seance. It would seem the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you. I'm just a foreigner, ignorant in the ways and customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, your benevolence. All I want is a fair trial for Albie. You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair? Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality. What's fair about the trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story?
Well, how dare you speak to her benevolence in that manner?
Did you hear that? Did you hear how he talked to her benevolence? What does he know about anything? Ignorant outsider! Well, he won't stand for it, he must be punished. Yikes, looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time. Punish him! Punish him! Punish him! Punish him! Her benevolent fart smells so good! Oh no! Silence, one and all! Is she standing up for me? Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion. Well, looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought. They shill so hard. Attorneys are ghastly creatures with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of a lowly worm such as that are not worth troubling yourselves over. Alright, I take that back. None of his prattling can sway the truth of my insights. Rest assured, he will soon see the error of his foolish ways. The foolish fool who would foolishly fool around.
Now then, your benevolence. The divination seance, if you would.
Certainly. Naina, my robe. It's the grandma. Please physically transform.
Oh, Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
It's voiced.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped.
She does sound like Rin.
O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Let me see. Right, for voice actor. Brina Palencia. Okay, so we want to look up her and just see if she's voiced Rin at all. I'm curious now. She's voiced Mad Moxie in Borderlands 2. Okay. She has done a bunch of anime stuff. Let's have a squiz on the side. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna see if her voice actor's actually done Rin in English, because that would be interesting, because it would be close, wouldn't it? She is the English voice in Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel 1 for Ayako Mitsuzuri. So not Rin, but she is the voice for Ayako for the English voice. And in Unlimited Blade Works, which, well, we watched the Japanese. Anyway, yeah. Let's go. Physically transform, please, like Maya and Pearly have. Unless this is different. Yeah, the music. Alright, that's cool. I've got the first seance right now. I assume that some people are just lurking in the background until they want to comment or what they watch on the side or whatever. It takes so long. It's a long animation. They put a lot of work into this. Oh, it is different to channeling the spirits like Maya and Pearly do. Okay. Incense. Song of ceremony, boy's voice. Okay. Pain. What just happened? An image appeared in the pool? Okay, so it is different to how Maya and Pearly would spirit channel someone. A final message from the victim's soul, the last communication of his Mitama. The divination seance has revealed this to us. Yeah, okay, I see what they're going for here. Her benevolence can use her power of spirit communion to project the victim's memories of the last few moments before their demise. So this does separate the Kuroin channeling technique from the Kuroin communion technique, I would imagine it would be called. So Maya and Pearlie would be a different branch of the family with a different technique type thing from the interpretation so far, I would think. Different victims' memories of the last few moments before their demise. So what we saw in the pool is what Mr. Roll actually experienced. In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising a weapon up over his head. This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation. But there has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it. This looks bad for Albie. Really, really bad. Now do you see why I'm of the incredible pain? Yes. The incredible pain in the butt. More than I can express. Yeah, also, I'm waiting to find a good spot to stop at, because usually I would stop around 4 hours, and... yeah. What about it? Did I read that? I forget now. But even if those memories really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them? Usually just put a bit of milk. It depends on if you want to or not. I like it in there. Sometimes if I'm having it with some other things, then sometimes I don't. It just depends how I feel. There it is. There's the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how long I've waited to see it. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, Your Majesty?
Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. Now are you finally convinced, traveller? The accused is most assuredly guilty.
Am I really the only unbiased one here?
Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you go up now and even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you, you'd be free to slink back to your own country with your tail between your legs.
The Defense Culpability Act? What's that?
What? You mean you honestly don't know?
Obviously, he has no idea about the legal system in this country. No. What's with all the hubbub? Well, well, not only is he a lying and black-hearted lawyer, he's also an imbecile. Oh, the burns. Your Majesty, I think you'd better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him.
Yes, I think I'd better.
Should I have?
The Defense Culpability Act, or DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals would be deemed just as guilty. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him when he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he.
What? What kind of insane law is that?
Under the DC Act, many an attorney has been convicted and met with a grim fate.
Yet they run out of damn defense attorneys, like... What? No wonder they don't have defense attorneys, they're all in jail.
Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being an attorney.
That's as it should be. The history of our court proves that attorneys are black-souled creatures who would tell any lie to save the accused. Thus, the attorneys deserve to be exterminated. Exterminated, exterminate.
Exterminate! Annihilate!
Okay, yeah, the crowd are just Daleks now. I've never felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way? You fell right into my trap, huh, Phoenix, right? Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. With the seance and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge. So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie. Chased out and humiliated back home, fate brought me to the foothills of Crane. I thank my lucky stars that I'm chief prosecutor here now.
Defense, know that if I rule that the accused is guilty, you will go to prison too.
And explains Albie's reaction earlier.
Defend me? Mr. Wright, what are you saying? You can't do that.
Your Majesty, isn't a prison sentence a bit lenient? After all, we're talking about treason. One should pay for such a crime with one's life.
Yes, I believe the death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances.
What? The death penalty? No way. Yep. You're kidding, right, Your Majesty?
Ha 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 ha. Do I look like I'm kidding? I'll have you put your life and your dark tinted soul on the line here.
To death? This can't be happening. The courts of resignation are courts that are well known as thus. In this land where my silences provide the truth and no attorneys can intervene, criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate.
Oh, foreign lawyer, I ask you once more. Are you sure you still want to defend the Jews?
Oh boy. There's Maya to think of in all this too. I can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do? Well, you know what we should be doing. Continue the defense. Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? Aha, they're going back to Flashback Phoenix to help those with no one on their side. I can't just abandon everything I believe in. All I can do now is stand firm and fight. Well, and then hold your tears back on my account, Phoenix Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the chief prosecutor, for your life.
Objection!
Even if it means being subject to the Defense Culpability Act. I will defend Albie. Yep, I knew this track would come in. You gotta have the comeback. Well, what? But about Mr. Wright? The defendant insists he's innocent, and not even a divination seance should be accepted without examination. Got him.
Polkunka!
But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me? I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me, but I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it. Oh yeah, we got the remixed Phoenix theme here. Bob-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. Though your barb jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes. Your benevolence. Believe me when I say that this attorney will knock your insides out. Oh, baby. That's a new one, that's enough. Insolent, disrespectful attorney. You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm.
Not a wise move, traveler. Not wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. And with this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads. I like the few extra voice lines they've been putting in here. Like, the gallery especially needed it. The souls of the departed speak only the truth, and I but give their messages a voice. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it. Okay, here we go. Inside. Rafe is inside. The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion? These are the victim's experiences just before his death. As the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So how do I break this down? Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, Defense. Did you notice the words that appeared in the seance vision? Yeah, come to think of it, I did see words, like Song of Ceremony and Incense. The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch, all is laid bare in the pool of souls. So, Song of Ceremony is during the dance of devotion, which means it happened during the dance of devotion, not between them. Let me double check our wording later. All is laid bare in the pool of souls. And what Mr. Roll experienced with his 5 senses appears in the vision's words, right? Precisely, and by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity. Works for me, I can use all the extra information I can get. Now, to find a contradiction between her insights and the seance vision. Your benevolence asks you please show me the seance vision again. Very well. Okay. It is limited to what the victim perceives for sure. Wait a minute. Her benevolence said after the morning dance of devotion earlier, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that? Yes, I know. Okay, here we go. First, I'll use that to make my way to the inside that seems off. Okay, we're getting railroaded a bit. Yes, this is inside that sounded funny. Now I'll just carefully compare this insight with the sounds vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, I'll select it. Yeah. So I have to wait for it to go. This is it. This is a part of the vision that contradicts the insight. I just need to select the sensation I think is inconsistent and press R. Yeah. So sound.
Objection!
Wait just a moment. Yes? What is it, Barbed Head? You're saying the incident occurred after the morning dance of devotion, right? That's right. What of it? Now, isn't it strange that Mr. Rock could still hear the Song of Ceremony? Oh my, you're absolutely right. Is that all that troubles you? Huh? What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony.
Practice run? What are you talking about? Mr. Payne, if you would. Certainly, allow me to explain. The incident occurred in the interval between the morning and afternoon dances. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall. Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate this statement.
I see. So what the victim heard was that practice session.
There goes my contradiction. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That music, that must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing.
However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me.
Ask away, your majesty.
It's a big temple. The performance hall and treasure room are quite far from each other. Could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room?
He's right. It is a very big temple. I think I'll do this insight and then finish playing for tonight and then look at some videos. That sounds like a good option. Because it just keeps going and it's good, but it's like, oh yeah, I want to kind of finish this section. Your Majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of the temple, including the treasure room.
Oh, that's right.
Speakers for what purpose? Are you serious, Mr. Wright? They're to broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple. That's why the victim could hear the song of ceremony in the seance vision. It was the practice run going on in the performance hall heard over the speakers. Does the practice run really get broadcast, though?
Thank you for your explanation, your benevolence. That makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me.
Think nothing of it.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insight for us?
Very well. Okay, so they're revising it a bit like the mood matrix. I think I'm getting the hang of this. If I point out an inconsistency, she'll update her insights accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all of her insights out after all. I better find another inconsistency, no matter how small. Okay. I'm gonna stop for a minute here. It's a bit hard to focus on the insights with the seance vision going. I'll try using pause. Yeah, okay. It is good. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, pause the vision. Okay, yeah, I need to go to the toilet though. There, pause the vision. But I think I can use M and B to jump between different parts of the vision. Removing the mark. Okay, now I know how to get around in science visions. So I'm finding consistencies. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, does he have incense in his bag? Whatever he was holding. What if the incense is what he's holding? Okay, what about this one with the dark? Pain went dark, that's when he lost his life. There's no pain here when his vision went dark. I think that might be a little bit more important. Okay. And that's the one we did. So what if we go here? How are we doing this again? Select. Sight.
Objection!
You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct? Of course, as anyone with eyes can see. Well, pardon me, but I must disagree. Haha, you poet. What? Your benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain. Oh! Everything goes black and then, only after that, the victim feels pain. Yep, I caught that one. Inconceivable! You fell victim to one of the classic blunders! This places the order of events at odds with what you say happened. My word!
Polkunka, you're benevolent. What is the meaning of this?
I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy.
If what the fence says is true, this is a very grave matter indeed.
Yeah, exactly, Lockham.
Please forgive me your benevolence, but I'm afraid this contradiction is something we simply can't ignore.
Objection!
Oh, that is a big... Well, are we ready to destroy her that badly? Now, let's not be too hasty, your majesty. I think I can clear this up.
You have something to add, Mr. Payne?
1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear. And that would be... On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout in one part of the temple. How convenient. And as I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. He looks a lot like a thin man. Yeah, all the Paynes are thin men. Confirmed. The power outage must be why the victim's field of vision went dark. I apologise for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind. Or rather, you knew all along and are only letting it slip now. It's convenient, Payne. The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers. Oh, there was a blackout there, was there? Well, now. That explains everything. And the speakers? I thought they could still hear the Song of Ceremony. Does it not?
Well, what do you mean, your benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you could.
The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced with one another. Yeah, also the incense. So the incense will be relevant for whatever is holding over his head, right? Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head.
I see, that makes perfect sense, your benevolence.
So the victim was struck after the lights went out. His pose, that animation's great. The depth of your insight is awe-inspiring. Your benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone. Sims! Well done, live long and prosper. Hey, I want to live long and prosper too. Enough applause. You flatter me. She really does.
Now, your benevolence, in light of this new information.
Yes, of course, I will alter my insight. Okay. So much for my inconsistency. At least I was able to draw out some new info. And with new info comes a chance to find new inconsistencies. Now to compare the insights with the vision again and see what else I can dig up. Okay, yeah. So, I want to check... He had the Song of Ceremony there. That's what I was thinking of. So we have the Song of Ceremony in this spot.
Objection!
Following this train of thought. Just someone goes, no, that would be too easy. Yes, I finally found them. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for. It wasn't that hard. Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is, it's not infallible. You never know when to stop talking, do you? I hope you realise your words are an insult to all adherents of Koreanism. Don't phrase it like that.
Defense, watch what you say. If you don't mind that tongue of yours, you won't have one left to mind.
It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums, but maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking. What malarkey? She has interesting vocab. I believe you said a few moments ago that the victim could hear the song of ceremony thanks to the temple's speakers. But then how do you explain how the victim can still hear the song of ceremony even after the power went out? Oh, this contradiction of facts can only mean she's channeling Biden. But the song of ceremony Mr. Roll heard was not coming from the speakers. What? Impossible!
Well, what are you saying? That the song he heard was coming directly from the performance hall?
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's only a possible explanation.
But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall.
Right, the song couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless... You mean to say... Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. Yeah, there's no blood on the ground around him. It must have been somewhere else, somewhere closer to the performance hall.
But what? You can't be serious.
There is a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence and the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined. Run for your life, Payne. We're on the scent. We have the scent.
Well, what? No! That this is completely unprecedented. An inconsistency in her benevolence's insights? Unbelievable.
Ain't not his forked tongue, your majesty. These are but the claims of a corrupt lawyer, feeble ruse from a feeble mind. PTSD activated for sure.
But the contradiction revealed by the defense is undeniable. We can't just turn a blind eye to it.
But the defense's assertion is, in the end, meaningless. Pain TSD. Yes. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, it doesn't change what we've seen of the moment of the murder. Indeed, the accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insights still stand. I hate to admit it, but she's right. The seance vision is still making the situation look really grim for Albie. I doubt even the defense can dream up an explanation as to why. Oh, you wait, Payne. The accused had his hands up over his head. Well, this defense dares to dream of making it out of this nightmare alive. You what? He's sweating, he knows. You still insist on trying to tear down my insights, do you? You better be prepared to back up your claim. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if we find you are just wagging it. Of course I can back up my claim, just as soon as I think of something.
You appear to be fully prepared, defense. As the embodiment of this court, I give you permission to try and prove your claim, as long as you're willing to stake your life on it.
Yeah, cheese is fine for dogs. I concur, your majesty. Prepare the tongue, cheers. Chop chop. Grapes. Onions not great for them. And then if they have any specific dietary things.
Chop chop. Yes, let's have the bailiff fetch them. I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop chop.
Stop! I hear that lying lawyers have several tongues to spare. Oh, nice. Yeah. If it's just eggs and milk and cheese, then you're fine. The main thing to watch out for in that sort of thing would be if you put any onion in there, because onion isn't good for dogs. Either. I'm sure he won't miss one. Yikes, these people are actually serious. I'm rather attached to my tongue. Think, Phoenix, think. I want him to raise a weapon. Why would Albie have his hands over his head like that? Aha, so that's why. The reason the defendant had his hands up over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. What explains why Albie had his hands raised above his head? The gun? Because that's what they were implying there with the picture. As in the seance vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday.
You did? Where did you see such a thing?
When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest.
Oh, are you saying?
The victim was a security guard, and an armed one at that. The defense proposes that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie. And that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air. Apollo and conquer! She's out. Who would have thought the seance vision could be interpreted that way? Yeah, who would have thought, Pain? Actually think about it. This is not possible, it can't be. Not bad for a total knockout. Nah. How dare that lawyer devil go against her benevolence? He's no better than that traitorous snake, Dirk. Traitorous snake, Dirk? Who's that? Oh, another new character? No, I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights? There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it. That's right, your benevolence, and I won't accept it either. It goes against all we hold sacred, and throw him in jail immediately for lèse-majesty. What? Yeah, you said I'd throw him in jail. Oh, make him pay for the way he disrespected her benevolence. Oh, these people are definitely not my fans right now. That's right, exterminate. They're being Daleks again, dag nabbit.
Order, give me peace.
Wait, what did he say?
Peace, give me peace. I said peace. Now, everyone, please calm down.
Is he? Your Majesty, please assign this black-hearted attorney a suitable punishment. He's sweating.
No, I can't charge him with lèse-majesty.
What? Well, what? But why not, Your Majesty?
He was simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that.
But Your Majesty, don't you want to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not just give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife.
We can't end the trial now, not when we just learned new information about the case.
Well, what? Your Majesty, not you too. You would honestly entertain the idea that my insight contains a contradiction?
Truly, it is shocking. In the 20 plus years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either. But with his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency, and it is our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law.
Now, somehow, that law starts to align. You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer? Oh, she didn't like what he said, so automatically, if you're not with me, you're my enemy, huh?
No, my faith is as strong as ever, but I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with that process, your benevolence, I'm afraid I must request your removal from this courtroom, royal priestess or not.
What? I'll have you know. I'll have you know now this is pod racing.
Your benevolence. Please acquiesce in this, your benevolence. If looks could kill. I won't forget this offense, barbed head. I do not admit defeat. I won't. Brave, please see her benevolence out. Your Mittermar will face due retribution in the Twilight Realm. The demons there they'll pluck the barbs right off your stupid head. I do hope your suffering will be super duper painful. Yeah, no, your duty head, that's how it feels. And after throwing you like a burning fire. Yeah! and then, I guess she's still just a teenager after all. Yeah, Phoenix is like, yeah, I've heard all this before. She's just a teenager. Now then, defense. Mr. Light, was it? Lighty Gummy. That's right, Your Majesty. Phoenix Wright. Of course, Mr. Wright. My apologies. Well, now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments. Thank you, Your Majesty. Yes, but do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you completely. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying to this court. I understand, Your Majesty. Godot, I was misnaming him, yeah. All the beings on Earth. Phew, maybe now we can finally run a real trial. Arguments, Your Majesty? Very well, I accept your challenge. Huh? What's with him? Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just... it's just too hilarious. What's so funny, Mr. Payne? An event still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him in his case instead. What do you mean by that, prosecutor? I told you, as chief prosecutor. Yes, because that's the thing to focus on right now. An event is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. You want Payne to win? It would be retribution for all the times that Phoenix has beat him. Why would the victim, a security guard, point a gun at the accused? Oh. Oh, indeed, because the accused was about to commit a theft. It's the only logical explanation. The law, what? That does sound pretty logical, actually. It doesn't help the accused situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty. How long is this part? Yes, I have to agree. Allow me to spell out this truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room. Ah. A hand trunk for moving heavy treasures around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that. And after all that hard work to knock down those insides. Backed into the old familiar corner once more. Mr. Wright, do you have a rebuttal? I'm drawing a total blank here. I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold. Got one.
Oh yeah, this will be at least a year because it's April 23rd that the death was. There's the hand card. Why is one hand covered in blood? That's what I'm wondering. One hand has blood on it and not the other. And the rest of his clothing there don't have blood. I ask you a question, defense. I've got nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing to do at this point is ask the defendant himself what happened. But I don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Albie? Will you tell us what really happened? You don't have to say anything, accused. Fall for his evil trap and you'll only dirty your own soul. Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry. Why? Won't he trust me? Is this it? Is this the end for both of us? Maya, I'm sorry. He does deserve his jail time. No. I never met a real lawyer before. Everybody always told me that bad people who help dirty criminals go free. The only problem is, he shouldn't have the death penalty because he's a kid, right? And, yeah, Phoenix will go down with him. And they're doing the death penalty, so. Apparently, according to all the translations in the text before, they do not refer to prosecutors as lawyers, they only refer to defense attorneys as lawyers, which I think is a translation issue. They should just be called defense attorneys or something like that. I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me, would actually believe in me, would risk his own life for me. I never would have even imagined it. Albie. So that's why I lied, to try and save myself. But I'm not going to lie anymore. If you believe in me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm going to believe in you too. What? You didn't count on that, did you, Payne? Allow me to explain! This blooming music, making this hype. Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things. To be honest, I went into the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box. Even though the temple told you you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it? Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. But that box is so beautiful! The way it glows in the dark, I couldn't help myself. Yeah, he's a kid, come on. Wait, it glows in the dark? That's right. It's covered in this special mineral called fluoronite that makes it glow, which means that it wouldn't have been dark. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's really a shame they don't put it on display for the public. Yeah, they'll learn the bones of Jesus. Yeah. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours of the temple if they did? If only he applied such passion to telling me the truth earlier. On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again, when I ran into Mr. Roll on the great stairs.
So those were not the treasure room stairs in the seance vision?
Yeah, exactly. It's glow in the dark, so it wouldn't have been dark if he was hit with the treasure. Unless he was hit from behind with it, where he wouldn't have seen the glow. Although I would imagine, well, allowed a little bit of slack for artistic purposes. I would imagine a little bit of the light would have gone on the kid's face. Anyway. No, there are the great stairs that connect to the hallway. Makes sense, the vision wasn't clear enough to show us what was at the top of the stairs. Alright, temple diagram. All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it. Oh! What if that wasn't Mr. Roll? What if that was Evil Jesus? And she's bloomin' spirit communion the wrong guy. All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it. I just don't know why she would spirit communion the wrong guy if he isn't dead. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had his scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all. Yes, then the power went out. So I took that chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life. Even now, when I try to think back on it, all I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes. It must have been when I dropped the notice scroll. Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room along with Mr. Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him on the stairs? What is it, Albie? I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He said. So, presuming it was because they did the spirit communion and they would want to make sure that's the right person. He found it stolen, ran to the stairs, and then got hit from behind by the killer. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say all this before. I didn't think anybody would believe me. A grand speech. One that confirmed my suspicions that you were the thief.
Objection!
It's possible the victim simply misread the situation.
Objection!
Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had a good reason to be suspicious of the accused. Why does every new piece of information have to seem so incriminating? Shadow. What do I do, Shadow? Yeah, they will be two different things as well. I mean, what better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his own hands? In the course of his rounds, the victim must have noticed that the treasure had been stolen. And then, just after that, he ran into the accused. I'll be your guide. But that makes no sense. If he'd already stolen it, that it would be going towards the treasure room, he'd be leaving. No, that's not what happened. Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and killed the victim can be none other than the accused. Yeah, why would he go back? Yeah! Oh. Well, what now? He has a puppy! Hey! Hey, Shadow, down boy! What have we here? I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow. He can't be a bad guy. He's got doggo. You nearly gave me a heart attack. So that's what was making his bag move. Can't you quiet that yappy mutt down? Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake. You can understand him. Yeah, we're cross-examining the dog now. Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense. Yeah, Payne would know.
I beg your pardon? You're not thinking of cross-examining an animal, are you?
100%. Of course not, Your Majesty. Magistry. Not this time, anyway.
Phew. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I thought I'd have to reassess my assessment of your sanity for a second there.
I think I'd better reassess my strategy, and fast. I have to somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim or we're sunk. Yeah, he literally just defended a whale and then brought that whale back to be a witness. But he's in a strange country. He already had a reputation back in his home country. He can't do that the first case in a weird country that he's already got a lot of hate against him. Well, while it's true the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died, that doesn't mean somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at that time.
If you're going to go that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach ready.
Exactly. I mean, who but the accused, standing front and center, could have done it? Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture. Animal witness expert, exactly. Okay, come on, Phoenix, so no one can think of something convincing. Where else could the victim have been struck from? I mean, the storeroom. Someone comes out of the storeroom and there. I imagine that's what they mean, is pick a room that they came from. And I could just do right behind him.
Take that!
With the defendant standing in front of the victim, isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind? Yeah.
From behind, you say? I see.
Yeah, because the chamber was where I'll Be Your Guide was coming down the stairs from, which doesn't make sense, and the victim, Mr. Roll, was coming from the treasure room up the stairs. So it needed to be behind him here. No, if that didn't work, I would have gone the storeroom.
Yes, I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Good, now at least I have some breathing room.
But who do you suppose it could have been?
Oh, the true culprit, naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and murder.
The true culprit? And I suppose you have a true timeline of events to go along with that.
I should have known I'd have to explain everything. Alright, and if we assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. But then Mr. Roll appeared, making his rounds. I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom at the other end of the hallway. Yep, that's the line of thinking. You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. Admit it, you have nothing but baseless conjecture. I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. Albie, when you ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone around the storeroom area? I don't know. There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the ends of the hallway. I see, swing and a miss. Oh, Shadow says that someone was there. I see. Thank you for that. Too bad his testimony is inadmissible. You think this is a joke? Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see the other person. But that doesn't mean the true culprit couldn't have been there in the hallway.
Objection!
Yeah, that's my floundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sink. What are you talking about? Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were there in that hallway at the time of the incident. How can you continue to make that assertion? Because there was a witness, a very reliable eyewitness. Well, what? Your Majesty, the prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand.
Calling an eyewitness to the stand? It's been decades since that's happened.
And unlike the defense's witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved. That was a low blow. Yeah, get him, Shadow.
Very well, I'll allow it. And now, for something we've not heard in quite some time, bring the witness to the stand.
Okay, I'll have to stop here. Once this starts. Oh, it's him. It's bloomin'. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What the hell is that name? Peace, lovin', understanding. Okay, I see what they did there. Peace, lovin', understanding's the name. I'm like Temple's head monk. Can you dig? Freaking hippie. Jesus.
Oh, if it isn't Instructor Understanding, you're the eyewitness?
It's not eeny miny, no. Instructor. Not only is Mr. Understanding Temple's head monk. Oh my goodness, the string of words. But he's also a renowned Dumoulin expert. Sorry to have to ask, but what's a Dumoulin? Jacket, here she is, my sweet serenader, my one and only, groovy, right? But you heard our sultry sounds once before, brother. When dragon and tiger bat, oh God, what is with the text doing here? I was very slow. It's a god emperor magpie. That's the song from the Dances of Devotion. Right on, brother, the Song of Ceremony. Playing the tune together is a precious gig for me and my girl here, you dig? The Song of Ceremony, the song that was playing at the time of the murder. Oh, Holy Mother, may the righteous sounds of my Dumoulin serve as my offering to you. Oh my goodness, this dude. He is definitely peace-loving, understanding. Who's the real head monk? Because he's a stand-in, 100%. Oh my goodness.
Wonderful, a great performance as always.
This is my thing, you know, my bag. I make instruments speak, baby. And by the by, a Majesty Pops. No Dumoulin class today?
No, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime, thanks to the lawyer over there.
The class the judge wanted to attend was a Dumoulin lesson. Well, you know what they say, baby, I never trust the lawyer man. The transgressors against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Understand Him. As the treasure's keeper, you must have been shocked to learn it had been stolen. Yeah, man, that was not cool. Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Understand Him. Well, that's right, brother. This here's the one and only treasure box key. He even kissed it! And I keep it on me at all times. Can you dig? Well, the sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker anyway. Total bummer, man. So that's the key to the treasure box, is it? You know what, baby? It's called the Magatama key, and it's a historical artifact to boot. Yeah, this is Ding Dong and Key. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk at temple. The Magatama key. Okay. And now someone's jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. How am I ever gonna face her holiness again? Oh, Holy Mother, please find it in your infinite mercy to forgive me. Yeah, he's part of the institution and he took advantage of it. It's Aristotle means again. Please guide this awesome humble lamb. Why do I always get the far out ones? Mr. Understanding, are you witness accused and the victim heading to the treasure room? You know it, baby. I best believe I scoped that shiny transgressor. Damn it, I keep getting into this. I'm like, okay, here we go. Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? To bring justice against the transgressor, man. Yes, of course. I'll do all I can. I'm gonna save it, because this might be the start of the testimony I can get back to you next time. In the name of her holiness, I vow to sing, not by the truth I swear to bring. Hit me! Okay, yeah. I really should stop here for time. You know, I'll save here, that's fine. What I saw, baby, we will get to next time. Oh boy! Now, Spirit of Justice at this, that is a very strong start to that. I'm into it. It's so fun. Man. Season 5, episode 1. Okay, I need to look at the summary. Yeah, I think I noticed. So, list of Colombo episodes, season 5. It doesn't have a summary. Let me see. Well, IMDb has a little summary. I searched the specific title of it. An aging musical film and stage star plans to come back from retirement, but a rich husband refuses to fund her comeback production, so she kills him and makes it look like a suicide. Lieutenant Colombo doubts her seemingly solid alibi. Yeah. Oh, I need to watch Colombo. Because I love Ace Attorney, and it's just going to be the same sorts of things. And, what was the name of it? Patrick Mason, whatever. Oh, yeah, there's... the Colombo Wiki, yeah. Summary. That's probably a more accurate summary, let's be honest. Early physician, yeah. So much of it is a blummin' Ace Attorney thing, isn't it? Alright. That's fun. At one point, I'll watch Columbo, I think. We should do like a murder mystery night. Yeah, that's a strong start for the first episode of Spirit of Justice. For sure. Now, let me reorder some of these videos because I think they'll be mixed up. Oh, see, that's not too bad. Yeah, that works. Introducing us to a whole new area. Oh, it's New in Colombo. I think Spirit of Justice is a strong start so far too. Like the leaving off Maya kind of feels like it should have a really good payoff when she gets back. I bet we're gonna have a part in the case where we can't proceed and then Maya comes in with an objection and helps us. Teasing us with Maya, I know. Teasing the model and all to tease us.